Can anyone invest in property? For those that don't know me, my name's Jamie York. I've been investing in property for around 10 years now. I've got a relatively decent sized buy-to-let portfolio and a deal packaging business, and I love boring, vanilla buy-to-lets. So let's jump into the 5 most common reasons that people think they can't invest in property. Number 1 is age. Age is a really interesting one, but ultimately, if I'm 16, can I get involved in property? Well, yes, actually you can. First of all, you can deal package, which is a really popular strategy, and you can actually purchase property on a lease option, rent-to-rent basis, or indeed getting somebody to co-sign the mortgage for you. Don't allow your young age stop you from getting involved. On the flip side of that, if you're older, yes, there are some limitations. You know, it's going to be hard getting mortgageable if you're above the age of 70. But again, don't allow that to stop you. One of my mentees is in their 80s right now, still building the portfolio. If you've got some cash behind you, that's really going to help. But ultimately, utilize the people around you and select the right strategy. Reason number 2 is gender. Again, easier for me to say as a male, I guess, but a lot of my female mentees are worried about how they will be judged, how they will be seen as a female. And yes, like a lot of industries, the property industry is heavily male dominated, but so what? You have to bear in mind a lot of the male domination has come from history where men were allowed to be doing things that females weren't, and you know, that's shit, but times have changed. So be a part of the status quo, change what's there. And actually, if I'm being completely honest, some of the best mentees and best investors I know are female investors. Sorry, lads. 3, I don't have any money. Well, great news. Your network is your net worth. You don't need money yourself to invest. In fact, I started with credit cards and loans. I was in minus 33 grand of net wealth. So I was about to say in minus 33 grand of debt. But yeah, I was in credit card debt, personal loans when I got started, invested heavily in my education, and I relied on OPM, other people's money. The great thing is, if you're excited, if you're passionate, if you're driven, if you're educating yourself, then other people get to live their life vicariously through you. One of my first investors was a bit of an older chap, and actually he invested in me because I was young, because I was energetic, because I was passionate, and that really came through. So number 1, you can utilize other people's money, but also you can select strategies that don't require huge sums to invest. For example, my chosen strategy was deal packaging originally to start driving in a load of money. We're now doing about $250,000 a month in the deal packaging company. So as you can probably tell, I kept it going and growing through time. Number 4, no excuse for this if you're here. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, guess what? You found the right bloody channel. So if you are new to it, hit the subscribe and the notification bell. But seriously, there's a bunch of free content out there. And yes, the only downside to YouTube and free content is, are you watching it in the right order? And how do you buy into, believe the person that they know what they're talking about? Well, are they using real world examples? Are they showing you around properties? What are they bringing to the table that's unique, and who do you relate to? And when you're ready to actually back yourself and invest in yourself, research some of the courses out there. For example, I've got an education company where I help people start up and scale up their own property portfolios. I'll put a link into that if you want to have a chat with anyone about it. If not, put education in the comments. Finally, I don't have time. Well, great news. This really depends how extreme you mean that. I think you need 10 hours a week. In fact, I know you need 10 hours a week because so many of my mentees do it. If you've got 10 hours that you can invest, and now don't get me wrong, this can't be 3 to 5 in the morning, Monday to Friday. It needs to have some sort of social context. But let's say it's evenings and weekends. That is an absolutely fine time to be contacting people, because think about it. If you're targeting investors, where are they during the day? At work. If you're targeting vendors, where are they during the day? At work. So evenings and weekends are actually the best time to get hold of people. In fact, in my business, where most people work the typical 9 to 5 hours, every now and then we'll do an evening where we stay behind, get some pizzas and burn the phone up, because the pickup rate is so much better. If you genuinely do not have 10 hours to invest in your property growth, which I doubt because you're watching this video, then you can use a service like mine, a deal packaging service, as I just mentioned, to help build your property portfolio. So you use your money, they use their time, so that you can eventually stop working as hard for money and get your money working hard for you. And if you're interested in that, again, I'll put a link in the description or put APG in the comments if you've got 100,000 to invest or more. Now, put in the comments, what excuse do you often use? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 that I've mentioned? Or is it a different excuse that you put in front of yourself to stop yourself from growing? Again, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe and the notification bell. There's loads more videos on startup and scale up property investment tips. And if you did get value, make sure to destroy the like button. See you in the next video.